Assalamualaikum, hello and good morning to our beloved lecturer Dr. Amirah Hakim and to all my fellow friends. So it is a great day to debate and discuss about retirement planning. So for many employees, saving for their retirement is their top priorities. And saving now will ensure this employee to enjoy a comfortable life after retirement. And nowadays, the common way of saving for retirement is through EPF contributions. However, different people do have different ways or their own way of retirement planning. So before we go further, we have Sharifah Shakira, Nur Huda, Nur Shahira and Hassan as our panel for today. So without wasting our time, my first question to our panel is, what is the finding or current situation of these two group retirement?
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Sharifah Shakira binti Said Ahmad Puan Adrian. My metric number is 261173. For the EPF contributor, which is Miss Sharifah Shakina, she has working for 4 years in Standard Chartered and has an EPF account and switched to Sharia Fund a year ago, and also have a savings account such as Tabung Haji ASB as an investment account. For the non-contributor, who is Mr. Ahmad, he has been working for 5 years in Mas Residential KPUUM, and he does not do any investment and just saving by himself, and he does not know about EPF.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Huda binti Azhar. My metric number is 261092. Based on our findings, Mr. Sharifah is currently having an EPF account that is Sharia compliant and has wide knowledge about investment, while Mr. Ahmad has no knowledge about employee provident fund and investment.
Hi, my name is Nishana binti Muhammad Yasin, metric number 261090. For the first question, currently for Mr. Sharifah Sakina, she have an EPF account for her future, while Mr. Ahmad did not have.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ali Ahmed Hassan. I am from Somalia. We found two EPF contributors, Mrs. Sharifah and Mr. Ahmed. For this employee, current situation was different, although Mrs. Sharifah was switched a year ago to the Sharia Fund. Now she expected at the age of retirement to gain monthly allowance will be 7k of Malaysian ringgit, while Mr. Ahmed, he does not contribute to EPF, and his monthly allowance will be a 1k Malaysian ringgit, which saves by himself.
I do agree with you guys. Mrs. Sharifah Shakina is definitely well prepared for her retirement, while for Mr. Ahmad, even though he is not an EPF contributor, he do some saving by himself. Okay, now is the time that we are waiting for. We want to hear the voices from our panel regarding the solution and suggestions for these two groups. So can you guys share with us what is your personal suggestions based on these two group retirement situations?
I would say that both can continue their saving and do invest more for the future by invest right now.
I would suggest for the EPF contributor, which is Mrs. Sharifah, to save more and diversify her investment in various platforms to prepare for her retirement age. On the other hand, the non-EPF contributor, which is Mr. Ahmad, should learn about investment and start register with EPF, specifically the Sharia Fund.
I would like to insert my suggestions to Mr. Sharifah Sakina, where she should save more while she is still young, and for Mr. Ahmad, I am suggesting him to open an investment account because it is an important step on the path towards a healthy financial life.
I suggest the individual like Mr. Ahmed and Mr. Sharifah to obtain Sharia Fund because it will be protective for the prohibition funds to ensure members and saving will not be used to purpose of contravene and Sharia principle, especially riba and maisir and qrar. I advise people to start earlier to contribute EPF investment.
For Mrs. Sharifah Shakina, I would suggest her to increase her investment or increase her contribution percentage, as it will eventually increase her retirement saving. For Mr. Ahmad, saving alone may not be sufficient, so I would advise him to save in investment account that will multiply his saving. So we have listened to amazing suggestions for these two groups. Now let's move to what do you guys learn from this project?
I learned on what is EPF itself, what is the Sharifah fund, how to calculate the retirement fund needed, and lastly I learned on the real situation of the two groups which came from the EPF contributor and non-EPF contributor.
From this project, I finally realized the investment is important and critical in our life. Aside from to get money returns, investment also teach me the need to have wise planning for future, especially after retirement age. We live in a reality where if you do not have knowledge about certain things, we'll have trouble getting ahead in life. So prepare from now and let's start investing.
What I learned from this project is I can differentiate retirement fund needed of the two groups.
In this project, I have learned a lot of things like the calculations, the differences, the benefits, saving, and also EPF that is EPF which can be defined as a Malaysian government agents that manage compulsory saving plan and retirement plan or for non-pensionable public or private sector employees.
At the end of the project, for me, I realized that how each person's retirement plan was so different and how important and impactful the retirement planning was for our future. There are many tips and lessons that we can gain from this project. So far, what can you guys compare from these two groups?
In terms of saving, EPF contributor has planned wisely for her source of financial plan, while the non-EPF contributor did not plan wisely for the investment retirement. The EPF contributor has more than one place to invest, while the non-contributor does not have any one of them. While the attitude, the EPF contributor has shown a good attitude in the terms of her planning for the future, while non-EPF contributor does not have a good planning for his future.
What can be seen is that the EPF contributor has a really wide knowledge and plan wisely about her investment and savings. Since she works in a bank, she has more than one place to invest, such as Tabung Haji and ASB. While the non-EPF contributor didn't plan wisely and only depend on one savings account to save his money.
What I can compare from the two groups is first, their current investment, their difference in retirement funds, and lastly, their knowledge in investments such as KWSP or EPF.
Comparison Mr. Sharifah and Mr. Ahmed in terms of investment. The EPF contributor has planned wisely for her source of financial planning in the future, and she has more than one place. Non-EPF contributor did not plan wisely as he does not have any saving or a proper place to set aside his money for his retirement age.
In terms of what I can compare from these two groups, first of all, their income. So there are huge gap of different income differences, which makes sense to the differences of their retirement planning as well, where one contribute to EPF and the other one save by himself. And this will eventually give impact to the future as well, where the EPF contributors will definitely have a secured monthly income even after retirement, and then the non-EPF contributors will have to depending on his saving. You guys have a good point. I heard that all of you have tried to invest. So what is your take on investing? Is it hard, or is it worth it? Or maybe some tips for those who would love to try to invest.
I feel investment is a very important way to accumulate wealth. However, investment is a very important aspect in people's lives, such as when someone working, he or she is rely on one income. It is better for him or her to make a saving and make investment in different places, that she or he can have a double or triple income monthly or yearly.
Honestly, at first I know nothing about invest, but by doing this investment given by our lecturer, I start to learn on how to do invest. Now, yeah, I know well on how to do investment.
When speaking about difficulties, not understanding about trading stock is my problem when involved in investment. However, I did my best by developing a plan of action such as facility trading and monitoring investment and also their performance.
Yes, firstly from my Islamic investment lecturer, which is Dr. Hakim, and secondly from Google. I would recommend these two platforms if you wish to start your investment. The first is Islamically. Islamically is an app and web platforms which help Sharia compliant investors to get most accurate and well-researched Sharia compliance information on globally listed stocks. Islamically is the world's first and most comprehensive Sharia certified platforms for halal stocks. It was launched in 2019 and has the backing of the world's most respected Sharia scholars. The second one is Bursa Malaysia. Here you will find over 800 listed stocks up to today, and almost all of them are Sharia compliant.
My tips to those who want to be a successful investor: first is that you have to be willing to learn. Because the market is so unpredictable that you have to constantly learning to conquer the market. And then second is maybe diversify. Diversifications will not give you like a guaranteed gain or that you will not experience losses, but it will definitely give you a trade-off, a reasonable trade-off between risk and reward.